when suspects try to entice cops. This is a suggestion via a donation, guys. Let's check it out. Coming from the channel Dr. Insanity.
By police can often use criminals getting stopped by police can often use many violent methods to try and escape.
Okay.
But what happens when suspects try to seduce and flirt with cops to avoid sentences? Here are 4 examples of when this very situation was caught on camera. Starting with 48-year-old Kelly Barton, who drove into a lamppost while transporting a special needs patient for work. However, when police arrived, she was looking a little worse for wear.
Right.
Kelly?
Yes.
How are you doing?
Good.
Kelly admits that she had too much to drink that evening, but doesn't admit to driving, despite it being her job. Unfortunately for her, though, security camera footage from the gas station proves that she was, in fact, behind the wheel, and is now facing charges of both DUI and neglect due to the responsibility she carried while driving with the patient.
Where's the patient? Is the patient in the driver's seat, guys? I'm guessing something happened. She instantly got out of the vehicle and lay down in the back seat, and someone took the place in the front seat. But, all right.
But as an ambulance pulls up to perform some tests on her, Kelly reveals that she has another trick up her sleeve and begins repeatedly flirting with all of the officers at the scene.
Look at you, handsome.
You want the light squad to check you, ma'am?
Let's go,
Let them
guys.
do what they gotta do. Come on, boys.
Yeah, that's not gonna work, bro.
Hey, hey. I want the little young boys. Ask me how I'm feeling. Let the little young boys tell me.
Bro, imagine a man saying that in reverse about young girls, guys. Right? Imagine.
Let me tell you something. What I would do to you with your blue eyes.
Well, let me check your blood sugar
Okay.
real quick.
Look at him.
I'm uncomfortable.
I would do him in a way that he won't admit. Hey, look. He can look tough all he wants, right? Don't let me get him.
After multiple tests, it's clear to the officers that Kelly was way over the legal limits and is arrested for driving while intoxicated. And after struggling to get her into the police vehicle, she's sent on her way to the police station. But if you think Kelly was bold for talking to cops like that, 18-year-old Skylar Fluss is on a completely different level, going so far as to post this video to thousands of people bragging about how she got away with a DUI.
I got out of a DUI and got let off with a warning.
Skylar was pulled over after an officer saw her weaving around the road in a way that suggested she might not have been completely sober. But according to her video, she claims that using her flirtatious and quick wit, she managed to trick the officer and get away with a warning.
I blew a 3.8 and he let me off with a f***ing warning. And gave me his number and said we should meet for coffee or lunch.
It's because she's 18, guys.
He was hot, so I'm getting lunch with him tomorrow.
If her story is true, then the officer would be in serious trouble. But luckily, the officer in question recorded the entire interaction on his body cam, and the video tells a completely different story.
All right, let's go. Let's see this. Let's see
My name's
this.
Deputy Stallman, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. I pulled you over because you were weaving a little bit back there.
Okay.
Where are you coming from?
I was coming from my friend's house. I actually just got dumped.
Okay.
So I was like crying and like I'm really
Okay.
sorry.
Were you
Oh, bro, she's thirst trapping right now, guys.
on your phone and stuff too?
I was trying to call him to get a hold of him. because
Stop
it
crying.
hurts
Okay.
so bad.
Well, I'm just concerned that you were weaving because of alcohol, but if you're on your phone, have you been drinking or anything tonight? No? Okay.
The deputy then does give Skylar a card with the sheriff department's information on it, but it didn't include his personal number, and it didn't come with an invitation to dinner.
Sounds like you're having a rough night, so I'm not going to add to that by writing you a ticket or anything, okay? So I'm just going to give you a warning. It's not a big deal. I just want to make sure you're okay. You were weaving a little bit, and I just want to make sure you're okay to operate the motor vehicle, and I believe you are.
Guys.
So my information's right here on the front. The reason I stopped you here is on the back. Wherever you're headed, get there safely, and I'm sorry you're having a bad night.
Yeah, I'm just
right.
Okay. No, you're fine. Yeah, well, no, you don't need to apologize. I mean, you...
Guys, someone once asked me, like, why when someone cries in front of you, for example? I say this multiple times in my video because I try to explain to everyone, honestly. When I see someone crying, I instantly will dismiss every single thing about their tears, guys. I'm sorry. No offense, but I generally think that you're trying to manipulate the situation. This is exactly that. So if I would have seen her crying, I would have just said, "Oh, go ahead, finish. Let's get back to business, guys." This is a terrible thing that some groups of people, right? Mainly women, do to get out of things, guys. Ignore that. Ignore those tears, guys.
You were weaving a little bit with no
Ignore
traffic.
them. I'm
I just want to
sorry.
make sure you're okay, that's all.
Skylar's video doesn't just contain disgusting footage of her laughing and bragging about exploiting this officer's kindness, but also states that she blew a 3.8 on the breathalyzer, ignoring that she wasn't even tested in the first place. The legal limit is only around 0.8 and already makes driving dangerous. But a reading of 3.8 would imply Skylar was not only blackout drunk,
right, she was
but
in a hospital.
close to death, as at a level of 4.0, respiratory failure is likely. But this doesn't mean Skylar was lying about being drunk underage. Videos were later discovered of her chugging tequila from the bottle and acting drunk at a party just hours before she was caught driving. After she was confronted with this, Skylar confessed and admitted to everything.
I ended up getting a little too intoxicated. I was taking shots all night, and
the news went after her,
to
bro.
make the dumb decision to get.
Bro, go ahead and let these go. All right, just go ahead and, I don't know what it is with the white Air Forces. Maybe stop. No offense, guys, do your thing, but just maybe stop buying white Air Forces if you're gonna beat them down like this, guys. This is just offensive.
Into my car and drive.
Get the
She
black
also
ones.
admitted that the officer never asked her out. That was just a lie for social media attention. Regardless of her confession, though, no further action was taken against her or the officer who failed to test her. But the same can't be said for Lydia Badillo. She was caught trying to transport 2 illegal immigrants over the Mexican border, and as soon as everything started to fall apart, she decided to try seducing the officer.
Just wait for me right here, okay? You don't have anything?
I'm looking at your eyes. Sorry, sir.
What?
I'm looking at your eyes.
Why?
Because you look pretty handsome.
As soon as the officer realizes something might be up with the IDs, Lydia starts to smile and stare directly at his eyes before telling him how handsome he is. Obviously, this is just a trick to try and get out of the position she's put herself in.
Guys, if you are a man watching this, you know how odd this is to begin with, right? Firstly, because generally women are not the ones that are flirting with the opposite. You get what I'm saying here, guys? That's not normality. But when they do, it's generally super cringe. So maybe this could be like reality potentially, right? But you know, like I know, if this happens to you, you should most likely start looking behind your back and look around, because something is not correct, guys.
A trick that isn't going to work on this officer.
Estos documentos por un tiempo. Por un año. Okay. Pues son falsos, okay. Y tener documentos en estados de Texas es un delito. Las ID, a esta te sale a un señor, a tuya. A esta no me sale nada. Okay, so estas identificaciones son falsas. Okay.
After running the woman's driver's licenses through the national database, the officer discovers that the ID numbers return completely wrong results, meaning that both of them are totally fake. It's later discovered that the 2 women with Lydia in the car are both illegal immigrants from El Salvador. What's worse is that they were being transported through a service that often forces women into debt bondage, where the people who transported them will make them pay off their debt through forced labor and sex work. So, while Lydia
I was so hoping you didn't say that, bro. All right, let's get it. I have to take that out. Apologies. Let's get it.
Was arrested and the 2 women sent back over the border, they may have been saved from years of horrible treatment and abuse. One thing's for sure, though, Lydia's attempt at flirting didn't work one bit. Unlike Brooke Teague's attempt, which actually worked out well. So well, it's rumored that her and the cop are still together to this day. Brooke was pulled over after an officer witnessed her swerving around the road slightly, a telltale sign that the driver was either intoxicated or in need of help. So
or maybe she was just trying to get out of the lane. I mean, I do see an issue. I mean, she's kind of going across multiple lanes at one time. I mean, but
he swiftly pulled her over, only to be greeted in a surprising way.
Hey, I'm Officer Smith, Bentonville Police Department.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Smith.
I've never heard that before in traffic stop. I appreciate that. Hey, so I'm just stopping you for improper lane use.
Sorry, I was on the phone.
You're on the phone?
I'll be honest.
Okay. Who are you on the phone with?
My baby daddy. I'll show it to you, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zachary?
Yeah.
How much do you have to drink tonight?
Only 1 drink.
Just 1 drink?
Yep. Yes,
Final answer.
Miller.
A Miller Lite?
Yes. I won't lie to you, a Miller Lite.
That's all you've had?
Yes, sir. You can ask Zachary.
I mean, listen, a Miller Lite, bro, just let her go.
don't really want to talk
I
to
know
Zachary.
you don't, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
In just this first minute of conversation, two things become clear immediately. Brooke has definitely had more than one beer to drink, and how well she and the officer seem to be getting along already. Both points that will get increasingly more obvious as the footage continues.
Yeah, I can smell it from across the car.
Oh, wow.
She's like, I had 1 Miller Lite. There's no, I wanted to say, like, a Miller did that to you?
Big Miller. 128 ounce Miller.
Freaking bucket of Miller. All right, where we at on it? Awesome.
A bucket of Miller.
Brooke?
Yes.
Teague. Am I saying that right? Teague?
Yes. Like baseball league.
Teague like baseball league.
Yep. It helps people spell it because they never spell it correctly.
Brooke then gets taken out for some sobriety tests, which take much longer than anticipated.
We'll go ahead and guess.
You're making me giggle. I'm sorry.
She snorted. That's interesting.
He makes me giggle too.
Right.
Okay. I snort. I'm from
Sorry.
Huntsville.
We're supposed to be professional.
I'm from Huntsville. Isn't going to make me snort.
Oh yeah, he wifed her, guys. Absolutely. That's most likely his wife now, guys. There's a lot of feminine energy being exuded, guys. Right? Seems to be a rarity these days.
All right, stop laughing because you're making me laugh.
I'm not.
Right? Seriously.
I'm giggling. I'm
All
sorry.
right, this is a serious deal. All right. Okay.
You're smiling. I can't help it.
All right, stop.
Okay. I'm sorry.
She's going to jail.
Unfortunately, despite all the jokes, Brooke failed all the sobriety tests.
You going to jail
and
though?
Was put under arrest.
How much you've actually had a drink?
I've had 2 Millers.
2 Millers now?
Before it was 1 Miller. Listen. I mean, unless you're like extremely a lightweight, right? I don't think a Miller Lite is doing anything to you.
That's it.
Yes, sir. You can call Mitchell, the manager.
Okay. Well, hey, go ahead and put your hands on your back for me, okay?
Yeah.
After a search of her car, which turned up nothing but a loose car seat, she was driven back to the police station where the sparks continued to fly.
Oh, you pulling a hair out of her face too? Oh, this man is a savage. He's a demon. He may be a demon, bro.
I'm with you. Let's go in here.
Oh my God, is there a dog?
There is a dog.
Where?
He's over there. Over here. His name is Kolyak.
Kolyak?
That's my dog.
Is that your dog? What's his name?
His name is Coach.
Coach? I have 3 dogs. I have a Rottweiler, Great Dane, and a Mastiff.
Wow.
Did I go to high school with you?
I think so. Where'd you go to high school?
Bentonville?
Yeah, not me.
Where'd you go?
Indiana. Valparaiso, Indiana.
Where in Indiana?
Valparaiso.
I was raised from Bluefield.
Oh yeah, they married.
Note that despite the obvious chemistry, both Brooke and the officer have remained professional and are continuing to move on with the investigation. The officer had Brooke take a blood alcohol test where she blew 0.14%, almost twice the legal limit. Brooke still spent the night in jail to sober up and had her license suspended temporarily. But this interaction shows how respect and professionalism can make an investigation much, much easier.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, if we just go off of that, it just felt like we're watching like a romance novel or something. We're looking at some type of novella right here, guys. These two individuals are absolutely in love with each other without even knowing it. Right? Like love at first sight type of thing. But, yeah. Understand generally the cop is just trying to go home, bro. I don't think the cop is kind of, giving some type of, specifically in like small towns, right? I don't really think that they're kind of harboring any type of ill will type of things, guys. They're just trying to go home. You did something wrong. You have to kind of adult up right now, right? There's no reason to sit here and fight the man who's doing his job. Not like that, at least, right? Yeah, this was an encounter. This was honestly should be like a training video, but not to this level of, flirtation, obviously, right? But it should be kind of a training video for citizens to learn how to just understand that these people are doing kind of their job. You get what I mean here? Specifically, and I'm gonna exclusively say most likely in smaller towns. All right. Once you start getting into bigger towns, that's something different, and we're not going to get into that with this very specific instance because this is obviously not like Manhattan. You get what I'm saying? They're different there. All right. Or this isn't the LAPD. These are different individuals, right? But all right, listen. You guys all have an absolutely amazing day. This video is over. I'm not going to play it just to then talk again. Matter of fact, hold on.
It's just unfortunate that this cop didn't meet Brooke at a bar. Maybe things would have ended with a night at his place instead of the jail. Criminal.
Right. We're here. All right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day and enjoy your day thoroughly.